Title: The Whimsical Wonders of Wally's Workshop. Once upon a time, in a quiet little town, there lived a man named Wally. Wally was not an ordinary man. He was known throughout the town for his magical workshop, filled with all sorts of whimsical wonders. Every morning, children from the town would gather outside Wally's workshop, waiting for the doors to swing open. They never knew what to expect, but they were always excited to find out. One day, it might be a flying broomstick, and the next, it could be a talking teddy bear. Wally had a twinkle in his eye and a heart full of kindness. He believed in the power of imagination and the joy of sharing. He was known to tell the children, "The wonders I create are meant to bring happiness to all of you." One sunny morning, a curious boy named Timmy arrived at Wally's workshop. Timmy was unlike the other children. He was always in a hurry, never had time for daydreams, and believed that magic was just a waste of time. He didn't understand the excitement that buzzed around Wally's workshop. But Wally was not discouraged. He welcomed Timmy with a warm smile and said, "Timmy, I have something special for you today. It's not just a toy, it's a lesson." With that, Wally handed Timmy a small, plain wooden box. Timmy opened it, and inside, he found a simple, shimmering pebble. He looked at Wally, puzzled. "What's so special about a pebble?" Timmy asked, his impatience evident. Wally replied, "This pebble may look ordinary, but it's enchanted with the magic of patience and imagination. Carry it with you wherever you go, and whenever you feel rushed or bored, hold it in your hand, close your eyes, and imagine something magical. Let your imagination soar." Timmy thought this was all nonsense, but he took the pebble anyway and left the workshop. As he walked home, he glanced at the pebble in his hand and thought, "What a waste of time." That evening, Timmy sat in his room, holding the pebble. He rolled it in his hand and thought about what Wally had said. "Imagine something magical," he mumbled to himself. Slowly, Timmy closed his eyes, and with the pebble in his hand, he started to imagine. He pictured himself riding a dragon through the clouds, visiting far-off lands, and meeting extraordinary creatures. The more he imagined, the more vivid and real it became. The next morning, Timmy couldn't wait to visit Wally's workshop again. He excitedly told Wally about his magical adventure with the pebble. Wally smiled and said, "Timmy, you've learned the most important lesson of all. Imagination can take you to places you've never dreamed of, and patience can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary." From that day forward, Timmy never rushed through life. He learned to take the time to imagine, to dream, and to appreciate the wonders all around him. And as for the pebble, it remained Timmy's most cherished possession, a reminder that sometimes, the most magical things in life are right in front of us, waiting to be discovered. So, children, the next time you find yourself in a hurry, remember Timmy and the pebble, and take a moment to imagine the whimsical wonders that surround you, for in the world of Wally's workshop, magic is real, and so is the power of patience and imagination. As Timmy continued to visit Wally's workshop, he discovered that each visit brought a new lesson and a new adventure. Wally had a way of teaching through whimsy and wonder, and Timmy couldn't get enough of it. One day, Wally handed Timmy a small jar filled with colorful dust. "This is the dust of dreams," Wally explained. "Sprinkle a little bit of this dust before you go to bed, and you'll have the most magical dreams." Timmy followed Wally's instructions, and that night, he had dreams of flying on the back of a giant hummingbird, diving into a sea of sparkling stars, and having conversations with the moon. When he woke up, he felt refreshed and inspired, as if the magic of his dreams had stayed with him. Another time, Wally presented Timmy with a music box that played the sweetest, most enchanting melody. "This music box," Wally said, "holds the tune of happiness. Whenever you're feeling down, wind it up, and let the melody remind you of the joy in the world." Timmy kept the music box by his side, and whenever he felt sad or lonely, he would listen to its soothing melody. It never failed to bring a smile to his face and warmth to his heart. One sunny afternoon, as Timmy was exploring the woods near his home, he stumbled upon an injured bird with a broken wing. He carefully picked up the injured creature and remembered the lessons he had learned from Wally. With patience and kindness, Timmy tended to the bird's wounds and created a small nest for it in a box. Every day, Timmy visited the bird, talking to it, and imagining the bird flying high in the sky, and to everyone's amazement, the bird's wing healed, and it soared back into the sky, free and happy. Wally's workshop had not only filled Timmy's life with magic but had also taught him valuable lessons about patience, imagination, and the power of kindness. Timmy, once in a hurry and skeptical of the whimsical wonders, had transformed into a thoughtful and compassionate young boy. As the years passed, Timmy grew up, but he never forgot the lessons he had learned from Wally's workshop. He carried the magic of imagination, the melody of happiness, and the warmth of kindness with him throughout his life. And in the end, Timmy became a kind-hearted adult who spread the wonders of Wally's workshop to others, reminding everyone that in this world, where everything seems rushed and ordinary, there is always room for a touch of whimsy, a dash of wonder, and a lesson in the magic of life's simple pleasures. One sunny spring day, as Timmy was walking through the town, he noticed that something was amiss. People seemed agitated, and there was tension in the air. He inquired about the cause and learned that the town's annual spring fair, a cherished event where everyone would come together in joy, was in jeopardy. The fair's centerpiece, a giant, colorful carousel, had broken down, and there was no way to fix it in time for the fair. The town's children were heartbroken, and the adults were worried about disappointing them. Timmy couldn't bear to see his town in distress, and he knew it was time to put the lessons from Wally's workshop to good use. He approached the townspeople and said, "I may not know how to fix a carousel, but I've learned that with imagination, patience, and kindness, we can create magic. Let's build a new carousel together, one that will be even more fantastic than the old one." The townspeople were skeptical at first, but Timmy's enthusiasm was infectious. They decided to give it a try and gathered in the town square, each bringing their unique skills and talents. Timmy, who had learned to imagine the extraordinary from Wally, sketched the most fantastical carousel animals anyone had ever seen. As the days passed, the townspeople worked tirelessly, turning old scraps of wood into magical creatures and painting them with bright, enchanting colors. They wound the music box Timmy had received from Wally, and it filled the air with a joyful tune that lifted their spirits. The dust of dreams was sprinkled on the ground, ensuring that the carousel would bring happiness and wondrous dreams to all who rode it. Finally, the day of the spring fair arrived. The townspeople unveiled their creation, a carousel that was more whimsical and wonderful than anyone could have imagined. It sparkled with magic, and its music filled the air with happiness. The children's faces lit up with excitement as they saw the magical animals come to life on the spinning carousel. As he watched the children laugh and spin on the carousel, Timmy knew that the lessons he had learned from Wally were the greatest gifts of all. Imagination, patience, kindness, and the belief in the magic of life could turn ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. And so, the town continued to celebrate the whimsical wonders of Wally's workshop, not just in a magical workshop but in their hearts and actions every day, reminding them that the greatest magic of all was the ability to make the world a better, more whimsical, and wonderful place for everyone to enjoy.